Good evening, April 28th on the Alan Osborne Show. Hey, we're kicking off the show tonight. You know, we make mistakes on the Alan Osborne Show. We're going to do a little bit of house cleaning. The other night, I had a picture up there about the Funiac Springs election and the county administrator debacle. And one of the dudes was misidentified in there. Purple dude in the shirt was referred to where I got that picture as Mark Martin. And evidently, Freeport's not proud of him as their city manager because I can't find a real picture of him. The only one I've got semi-confirmed now is him standing with two other people. So whoever the dude in the purple shirt was mislabeled with Lidewell and Beanpole Barker and old Satan Clay up there ripping the county to the gills up there, running every city and everything in the county. So anyway, a little bit of house cleaning. Sorry you were mislabeled. I will dude in the purple shirt. I don't know why you were there anyway. So that was a great win the other night for Republicans to defeat Mac the Democrat. So anyway, I want to get into some things. What's going on? Well, there's some depositions going on this week. And Michael Lynch in code enforcement. Besides the shit show over the administrator, I hope y'all all got a chance to go back and watch that BCC meeting about the hiring of the administrator and what Commissioner John said. I said the same thing months ago without a picture of him, that they had already picked him in the process, and it went right through. And at the end, looky, the guy they said, I mean, this is ridiculous what's going on. Just ridiculous. People are messing with the system and then trying to convince all of us that it's not being messed with and we're being told the truth. We're being sold down the road like a bag of hammers. You know, we're going to the bottom. And these same people have a critical infrastructure list, and they're paying fortunes for stuff, 6 times the appraised value, over twice the appraised value. They can buy all this stuff. They can build airports, but they can't fix sewage. They can't enforce ordinances. They can't treat people fair. And they're having sexual escapades and every other kind of ethical issue in this county. This county deserves an audit of everything that has occurred since Larry Jones quit being the administrator and Clay became the county attorney. We need, of every hire, who's decided it, who wrote it, who brought Gary back from being trade aid to some kind of BCC assistant. Who did that? Who created those jobs? All these people that don't have any ethical requirements. And Tony Corman, we found out this week in deposition, fired the employee in code when Mac acknowledged that she was already had blown the whistle on people forcing her to say or do things she thought was unethical. And then Tony, a brand new code enforcement chief, fired her on a skewed investigation, and he knew better. He knew better. You know why? I told him. And now Mac says Tony knew. Tony said he didn't know. And Mike, the chief of code enforcement, old Michael Lynch, you've seen him try to lynch people at those code enforcement meetings. He said he just enforces permits. That's just the facade. Voluntary compliance, like the sheriff pulling over people who were drunk and asking them not to be drunk anymore. Please cease to be drunk. That's like cease to be pregnant. You know, just undo that. You know, sometimes when you've been caught screwing the pooch, you can't unscrew it. And I'll tell you, the BCC looked like fools the other day. Lots of people running with scissors right now, and we need an audit terribly. And for you, just like I said, go watch them take Donna apart. Donna, when are you going to enforce Sandestin? We need the law enforced. You see what's still happening from it. You see Mac Bayou. You see what happens if people who lied about that. Because think about this: if the staff's allowed to lie about compliance on county-owned land, and they won't enforce a 2,000-acre non-compliance, but they'll take some dude in Mossy Head to court and put a $20,000 fine on him who's died, or his family, if they don't hurry up and clean up the abandoned trucks. You take a good look at what goes on in this county. It's what's going on in America. So if you hate what's happening to America, Get involved in your county and ask them, why don't they do the right thing? Why don't they? And Donna did good this time, but the commission looked awful. And Tony did pretty good on that meeting. He knew this didn't seem reasonable. Tony never wanted to hire Clay. And guess what? If we haven't had anybody suitable for a county attorney, how did Clay hire that other kid that's working in there from the state attorney? So he was qualified to work in the state attorney's office. He somehow got hired. Who hired him? Clay? And Clay decided that he wasn't qualified, or did the commissioners? Who's running the show? Who's pulling the strings on the puppets these days? It's still developers. It's still the good old boys. And somebody needs to pull the critical string on the sweater and get us out of here. The emperor has no clothes in Walton County. And there's a few people that are starting to see the light. This doesn't make sense. Something needs to change. Get involved and go to your meeting and write your commissioners. I've got a public records request that's gone unfilled since December. It's suspicious at best. Why is that, county? Why can't you fill a public records request? What do you have to hide? I don't know. Dee Dee, you better start telling the whole truth too on your lawsuit, because we know that she's taking them to court, and we know that that lawsuit's just full of holes. Not holes as far as that didn't happen, but we know a lot more stuff happened than that. And you can't pick and choose when you want to expose that issue, Dee Dee. You're going to have to expose it all, and you haven't enough. I hope you lose, because you just want to win for you while you sat there and watched other people suffer and didn't tell the whole truth. We don't need part of the truth, Dee Dee. There's no doubt that there's truth in your lawsuit, but we need the whole truth, Dee Dee. The whole truth is the only thing that's going to set you free. And it surely might save the rest of the people in the county from going through another multi-million-dollar debacle, being sued for being beach owners and then dropped. They're dropping most of that. This is all a sham. And while we weren't looking, they foiled the comp plan, changed every land use there was, and brought us urban gridlock to our beautiful county. You can't make this shit up on the Alan Osborne Show. Tell your friends. Tell them to take some action. Hell, tell them to buy me a better media center. And that's the way it was. Y'all keep them straight out there, because they can't keep themselves straight. You hear?